Halo, perkenalkan, saya Alberik yang Tendy Wijaya, biasa dipanggil Rian. Semenjak tahun 2022, saya telah menjadi dosen tetap di ELT Wilayah 7, tepatnya di S1 Pendidikan Bahasa Inggris Fakultas Keguruan dan Ilmu Pendidikan Universitas Katolik Widya Mandala, Surabaya. Di samping mengajar mata kuliah terkait pengembangan kemampuan berbahasa Inggris, seperti writing, saya mengajar mata kuliah terkait teknologi pendidikan sebagai bidang utama yang saya tekuni. Di video ini, sebagai bagian dari PDD-UKTPT untuk sertifikasi dosen tahun 2026, saya akan memaparkan salah satu mata kuliah yang saya ampu, yaitu IT in Language Education. Mata kuliah ini merupakan mata kuliah wajib di semester 5, sebagai prerequisite untuk mata kuliah Blended and Online Language Learning di semester 6 dan Games and Gamification di semester 7. Dengan bobot 3 SKS, IT in Language Education memiliki 4 capaian pembelajaran mata kuliah, yaitu comprehend the theories underlying the development of IT use in English education, comprehend the current issues in the use of IT in language education, exhibit competence in developing activities using IT in language teaching and learning, dan evaluate English learning software. Empat capaian pembelajaran mata kuliah tersebut berpusat pada satu capaian pembelajaran lulusan, yaitu graduates are able to integrate information and communication technology atau ICT in the development of learning materials, teaching and learning processes, assessment practices, and other educational objectives. Untuk mencapai 4 CPMK dan 1 CPL tersebut, pendekatan utama yang digunakan dalam mata kuliah ini adalah project-based learning. Oleh karenanya, komponen penilaian yang digunakan adalah sebagai berikut. Dari komponen penilaian tersebut terdapat 4 proyek utama, yaitu group presentation, individual website dan reflection, group workshop, dan individual video tutorial dan pedagogical reflection on edtech tools, yang didukung dengan proses pembelajaran seperti ceramah, tanya jawab, diskusi, workshop oleh dosen, serta refleksi. Pembelajaran pada mata kuliah ini dapat dilakukan secara tatap muka maupun synchronous online meeting, didukung dengan LMS kami, yaitu Adlink. Berikut adalah susunan perkuliahan dengan 16 pertemuan, termasuk di dalamnya ada UTS dan UAS. Pada video ini, materi yang akan dibahas adalah Week 2, yaitu AI in ELT. Referensi yang digunakan dalam pertemuan ini adalah beberapa artikel ilmiah yang ditulis oleh dosen kami. Salah satunya adalah yang ditulis oleh rekan saya dan saya, yaitu Leveraging the Potential of ChatGPT as an Automated Writing Evaluation or AWE Tool, Students Feedback Literacy Development and AWE Tools Integration Framework yang terbit di Jurnal Scopus Q2, yaitu The Jolt Call Journal. Pertemuan ini membahas bagaimana AI digunakan dalam belajar maupun mengajar bahasa Inggris, tantangan etika, serta bagaimana menggunakan AI sesuai dengan rambu-rambu. Berikut adalah proses pembelajaran yang dilakukan secara synchronous online meeting. Selamat menyaksikan. Have you ever used AI for ELL and ELT? Yes, okay.
Yes.
Some of you
Yes,
have,
sir.
yeah, okay. And how do you usually use it? Uh, shall we?
Usually I will f- try to find the focus first of what I'm trying to find. For example, like in making a worksheet, for example, and then I have the main focus on that topic, and then I will ask the AI to create the specific worksheet regarding that topic. And again, but this one, because AI is very smart, but still it's not smarter than human. So that's why I also incorporate my own preference into that worksheet as well. But yeah,
Ah,
usually like making worksheets in teaching.
okay. Thank you, shall we? And yeah, for others, probably you have experience using AI in ELL and ELT, right? And then we move on to this true or false. First one is this. AI can support differentiated English language learning, aka make the materials easier or more difficult. What do you think? So for this one, please react based on true or false. Okay, for the Zoom, in the Zoom reaction panel, you can actually react as a yes, aka the green one, or no, aka the red one. Can you find the reaction panel in the Zoom? Yes. Okay. So you can react if it is true, then you can react green. If it is false, if you think it is false, then you can react red. And yeah, I see some of you have reacted green. And yeah, so yes, this is true. How so? Later we will discuss about this. And then the second one. Okay, using AI effectively in language learning requires more than knowing how to write prompts. Is it green or red? Is it true or false? I will give you like 20 seconds to decide. Still green? Still green? Okay, all green, yeah? Yes, that's true. Later, we will discuss about it further. Is it just actually writing prompts or is there more nuance in it? And then the last one is this. Everything generated by AI is factually true. Is it true or false? Green if it is true, red if it is false. 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And yeah, all of you picked red. Therefore, for our objectives or for what we will discuss today will be what is AI, how to use AI in ELL, learning and teaching, the fallacy of AI and how to overcome it. As you can see around us, the rise of AI in all fields. Therefore, we need to keep pace. AI is becoming a buzzword. So, for example, in your WhatsApp now, there is AI already, right? The Meta AI. And then when you are searching in Google, it's not just giving you curated list anymore. It is actually giving you the Gemini summary thingy, summary yeah, the AI summary. So when you are searching in Google, there is Gemini, and then it gives you the summary. So yeah, AI this, AI that. And then every company is competing to have the most advanced AI, Open AI, and then Anthropic, and so on and so forth. Basically, everyone, every company, uh, trying to figure out the best AI, the most advanced AI. Thus, AI tools are becoming mainstream, right? In nowadays, basically everything is AI. However, is AI tools becoming or are AI tools becoming more mainstream a good thing? Or is it a good thing or not? And then, what is the main function of AI, specifically LLM like ChatGPT? What do you think? Can anyone answer? What is the main function of AI, specifically LLM like ChatGPT? Eric, maybe?
So yeah, for me myself, usually I use AI to look for a reference to basically brainstorming about the materials or about the theory like that, so that I can have a vision about yeah, I have the vision or idea about the topic that is given like that.
Okay, thank you. But is it actually the main function? Is learning actually the main function of AI? Is giving you a chance to learn the main function of AI?
Well, yeah, usually I also learn something when I search something in AI because yeah, first of all, I didn't understand about the materials, and then after that I will search it up in the AI, and then I will get something that I learn like that.
Okay, thank you. Yes, AI can be used to learn. AI can be used for learning. However, you need to understand, you guys need to understand that the main function of AI is not actually to give you a place to learn, an environment to learn. No. The main function of AI is to please the user. Okay? AI wants to be used. Why? Because if you are using it and you are addicted to it, then you will pay lots of money, right? For example, the the easiest example is ChatGPT. There are more and more restrictions when you are using ChatGPT. In the past, it's like free for all. You can use it whenever, whatever you want. And then nowadays, it's like, no, you can only use ChatGPT for however much time. And then after that, you need to pay or you need to wait, right? Therefore, the main goal, the main function of AI is actually to please the user. Kan sering tuh ketika kalian menggunakan AI terus, oh ya kamu itu sudah bagus, right? Ada perkataan-perkataan yang menyenangkan kalian. Karena itu you will use it more and more. However, you need to know that you need to be aware that ChatGPT and other AI, generative AI, is made like that. Therefore, you need to be careful with this. Okay, next. As we can see, is AI being a mainstream a good thing? You will have like, oh yeah, it's a good thing. Oh no, it's not a good thing. But let's see from here. First one is EU AI Act, first regulation on artificial intelligence, published in 2023, last updated in 2025. So EU made these regulations for artificial intelligence, meaning that they were trying to slow down the pacing of AI. Why is that? And then Australian lawmakers explore light rules instead of dedicated law. So EU is like on the more extreme spectrum of we need to stop this AI. Meanwhile, Australian is like, well, I think we can let AI develop a bit further and then yeah. So as you can see, there is a difference already, right, between EU and Australia. And then governments wants to ease AI regulation for innovation, but do citizens agree? As you can see here, the EU AI Act was in 2023. In this case, the news is in 2025. It's like getting easier and easier. Instead of they try to uh, keep AI development down, starting to make it, yeah, it's fine. I guess we can let AI develop. So as you can see, even the governments do not agree on one thing. One government mentioned that we need to stop. Meanwhile, the other government like, no, it's fine. And then Meta faces backlash over AI policy that lets bots have sensual conversation with children. Now, in this case, because AI is becoming mainstream, the governments were fighting against each other, and then they will try to, yeah, this is good, but this is bad. And then for the people themselves, they are actually using AI to be like this. So let's bots have sensual conversation. Is this a good thing or no? I don't think this is a good thing, right? This is the fallacy of having AI being mainstream. And then we go further, AI in the classroom. We go deeper into our own field. The AI in the classroom itself, we do not really know what to do. We as the teacher. In this case, this is in US. Several NC districts don't have written policy. So even in the US themselves, they do not really understand how to react for AI in the classroom. What about us? What about in Indonesia? But the reaction, the we need to slow down the AI is very important. Why? Because this is like in 2025. Teen killed himself after months of encouragement from ChatGPT, lawsuit claims. Allegedly, so we do not know whether this is true or not. Because you guys will be a teacher, you guys will need to be aware of it and also later teach your students how to use AI like that. Okay? But yeah, we are trying to have regulations on how to use AI. But is regulation effective? For me, I don't think so, right? it really depends on each and individual of the person. Regulation can only do so much. But at the end of the day, you as a user will need to regulate yourself. Therefore, in this case, why we should try to use AI responsibly. The advance of technology will not stop. For example, calculator. In the past, we measured that, yeah, calculator, it's fine. We do not need calculator. You cannot use calculator because you will not bring calculator anywhere. Nowadays, we bring calculator anywhere using the phone, right? Therefore, the advances of technology will not stop. Use it to your advantage. If used correctly, LLM, ChatGPT can increase thinking capacity. Repetitive tasks can be automated. Be careful of false information, bias, and echo chamber. Using AI itself is like using Google or even like reading a book. Read the information, compare information, memorize, and apply. Basically, this is the essence of learning, and this is how you can use AI responsibly. And then we are preparing you guys to be future educators for students, workplace, society, and world. Now, you will need to first be responsible when using AI so that you can teach people how to use AI responsibly. Do not let them be addicted to AI. Why no? I will ask some of you to share. What do you think? Is it okay for people to be addicted with AI? If yes, why? If not, why not? I will give you like 30 seconds to think and then I will ask some of you to share. Okay, ready to share? Willa, what do you think?
Okay, Mister. So, we as the educator, right?
Yes.
We cannot let the students be addicted to AI because yeah, AI can lead to something like what you said before. Even they can kill the student if they use it incorrectly
Hmm.
or without what is that without any attention from the teachers or maybe their parents, something like that.
Okay. Thank you, Willa. What about Devi?
I think it's because we need to make them not become dependent.
Hmm. Okay. Thank you. So, in this case, as what Devi has mentioned, that we need to not let the students become dependent. Why? Because what Villa mentioned, like that. In this case, as you can see, this is another examples of why we need to be able or we need to help the students avoid being addicted. Again, echo chamber. How a chatbot encouraged a man who wanted to kill the queen. And this is an actual news. And then the person, the man here, broke into the uh, palace actually. So as you can see, if we let AI control our life, it will become echo chamber because once again, AI will say yes to anything that you mention. AI will encourage anything that you wanted to do. So therefore, we need to be aware of this. We need to stop this. As a user, you need to be aware of this. And then as a teacher, you need to teach the students how to be aware to this problem, to this fallacy. The second one is this. So for the first one is the very like bleak outcome, but the second one is it can happen to anyone. Wyoming reporter caught using artificial intelligence to create fake quotes and story. What do you think happened to the Wyoming reporter caught here? Is they or are they still working in being a reporter? No, of course not. Therefore, as a user later on, you need to make sure that you do not use AI just to create like just to copy and paste, but you need to learn from it. Okay. So therefore, why we cannot let the students being addicted to this is that it can spit out incorrect information. It is made to please the users. It is trained by human, therefore biased, and it is rapidly evolving. In here, evolving is not a good thing actually. It can evolve forwards, it can evolve backwards. Therefore, you as a user will need to be aware of all of these points. Okay? So, can you use AI in this class? In ELL or in ELT? Yes? Right? Okay. Any idea on how to use it responsibly? The same task, and then I answered it in Indonesian, right? I answered by myself. I did not ask ChatGPT, but I answered the task or the questions by myself. And then, because I'm not quite sure with my English, I put it into ChatGPT, and then I asked ChatGPT to translate that for me. And then the ChatGPT translated it. And then I put it back into the Word document, and then I click on submit. What do you think? Is this allowed or no? Okay, some of you like, yes, I think so. Some of you like, no. Some of you like, huh? Okay, the answer is no. Why is that? The answer itself, the writing, not the answer, yeah, the writing, from where the writing is, the English writing, from where? Is it from you or from the ChatGPT? ChatGPT. Yeah. Therefore, when it is from ChatGPT, it is still not allowed. What you can do here is that paraphrase it, uh, paraphrase the answer, paraphrase the English. Therefore, later you need to learn and then you need to rewrite the things like that. Okay? Then, for this one we will skip. Ini kita skip aja karena waktu. Wow. Okay. Therefore, how to use AI responsibly? The easiest will be search the materials, read and learn the materials, produce what you have learned from the materials, aka use the learned materials in your daily life. Like that. So this is the easiest way to make sure that you as a user is using AI responsibly. Now, the question is, can you use AI for learning reading, vocabulary, writing? Example. Learning listening, pronunciation, speaking, example, and learning grammar, example. I will give you 30 seconds to think on this and to come out with an example. Can we use AI to learn either reading, vocab, or writing?
Yes, sir.
Yes. And
Yes.
how do you use it, Demima, or what is the example of it?
Okay. Usually I use it uh from their textbook.
Mm-mm.
I take the photo from their textbook and then I ask ChatGPT to make something like the textbook so they can learn the same thing but with different questions or
Ah,
something like
okay.
that.
Yes, thank you. So you can use ChatGPT to make the reading either easier or you can make you can brainstorm questions with ChatGPT to learn either reading, vocab, or writing. Okay, thank you. What about listening, pronunciation, or speaking? I think I will ask Xiaowei for this.
Perhaps yes at some point because the AI has the features of having a conversation like a real time conversation. For the listening, I think not really specifically like learning listening itself. It's just like by the conversation, from the conversation, we learn listening. We learn how to listen well to its talk, but not
Oh,
specifically like listening session. So it's not. I think it doesn't work for listening, but speaking, yes, not pronunciation.
okay, thank you. What about for grammar, learning grammar? I will ask Farah. Can you use AI to learn grammar and example?
I think yes, Mister,
Yes.
because I usually during my writing, because I'm sometimes mix up between the tenses like simple and past. Sometimes I ask the ChatGPT whether it is correct or no, and then they will say it like this is supposed to be what and what, something like that.
Okay, thank you. And yeah, basically for 1 to 3, yes, you have the experience, you also have the examples. But what about here? Helping you to create a lesson plan and learning activities materials or making the reading easier. So from Demima mentioned, yeah, you can make the reading easier. But what about lesson plan or learning activities? Therefore, in this case, what you can do when you are trying to make a lesson plan like that is this. So I'm making a lesson plan for one meeting. Before we start, can you ask questions first so that it will be more specific? So you ask ChatGPT, you ask AI, the generative AI, to ask you questions so that the prompts can become more specific. So it will ask you, right? Who are the students? How long is one meeting? What is the class size? What should students be able to do with simple past focus? And so on and so forth. So in here, what I want to uh, give to you guys is that you can ask ChatGPT or you can ask AI to ask questions so that your prompt can be more specific. Understood? Okay, yeah. Then, so the key takeaways from this meeting today is that first, uh, AI's capabilities depends on the user capabilities. So from the previous example, like, okay, I will design a lesson plan full stop. And then the AI will just, okay, sure, I will design the lesson plan. Even though this won't work on your situation, for example. But you can actually make it more specific. Oh yeah, I want to teach uh, simple past in Indonesian situation. Therefore, can you ask me questions? And it shows that the AI capabilities depends on the user capabilities. Basically, it's like a hammer. If you do not know uh how to hammer a nail, then even though it's the best hammer that you can have, you will not be able to use it. Therefore, you need to increase your capabilities and you need to increase your students' capabilities. The second, use it with lots of salt, care of bias. Remember the true use of AI. And then how to know if you have used it responsibly or not. How to later teach students to know whether they have used it responsibly or not. By being able to read, compare information, memorizing, and apply, aka the essence of learning. Basically, AI is like Google, AI is like textbook. So you learn from AI, and then you memorize what you have learned, and then you create something new. You talk about what you have learned, you write about what you have learned. Now, in there, later you can try using AI of your choice for this too.
Sesi pembelajaran tersebut dilanjutkan dengan kerja mandiri secara individu oleh mahasiswa dengan pendampingan dosen. Menjelang akhir pertemuan, 2 sampai 3 mahasiswa akan mempresentasikan apa yang telah mereka lakukan dan akan ada sesi pemberian umpan balik oleh dosen. Di akhir, semua mahasiswa akan mengumpulkan tugas tersebut di link sebagai salah satu penilaian pertemuan dulu, serta mendapatkan umpan balik, terutama dalam segi bagaimana mereka melakukan prompting di generative AI yang mereka pilih. Demikian proses pembelajaran pertemuan 2 di ID Language Education. Terima kasih atas perhatian.